Hey, welcome back. So I'm actually in the middle of restoring this rusty 1985 joiner. I thought since I had the whole thing apart, it'd be a good idea to add dust collection to it. So after 2 failed attempts at this, I decided to go with the tried and true cardboard aided design method. Hopefully this will work out a little bit better for me. You can see how it fits in here with plenty of clearance. Gives me about 1 inch to adjust the tension on the belt with the motor. So based on my 2 previous failed attempts, I found a 3/4 inch or about 2 centimeter overlap is perfect for screwing 2 pieces together on the corners. So the 2 sides have all the complex geometry, and then the sides that wrap around that tie the 2 side pieces together are all just flat sheets, or maybe with just 1 or 2 bends. So here is my pro vise bending technique. Make sure you wear gloves because sheet metal is very sharp. Basically, I slowly work joints that are wider than the vise jaws down, and then once I get the corner roughly bent to a 90, I use a hammer to really make it into a perfect 90. Considering what I have to work with here, I'm pretty proud with what I came up with as a final result on these 2 large pieces. So lesson learned number 2 on my failed attempts was to mark which way each bend goes. In this case, one side the bends go one direction, on the other side the bends go the other direction. So I'm marking which bends go in, i.e. towards me, and which bends go out or away from me. This makes it easier to keep track in the heat of the moment of working on the vise, which way the bend needs to go. By the way, if anyone knows of an inexpensive way to make a sheet metal brake, maybe 2 feet wide, I would love to see plans for that and build one for myself. Drop a line in the comments. I would really appreciate it. So this is one of the mistakes I made on this project. I neglected to come up with an order of process, i.e. which bends to do and in what order, and I ended up with the last bend on this second side not being accessible by the vise jaws because they were too wide. So I just got creative with some pliers I had laying around and it came out just fine. So all the sides that tie the two complex left and right sides together are flat or with just a few simple bends. Once again, I really wished I had a sheet metal brake because this sheet was too deep to fit in my vise. I had to do all the bending on the side of the jaws of the vise. It was a little bit of a pain, but it came out okay. So here was mistake number 2. I neglected to have tabs to attach the two side pieces to this front filler trim strip. So instead of making a whole new piece, I just made a filler strip that would just stitch it all together so the box would remain strong once it was mounted. All the weight on this box is hanging from this upper flange, which will be screwed up underneath the joiner. So the lip all the way around on this opening on the top needs to be strong. And while I was building this box, I was pondering to myself, how should I seal up this box? And then it dawned on me, duct tape! That's what I used. So this is a female-female coupler that I'm just cutting half of it off just to use kind of as a clamp to cinch the 4-inch DWV around the sheet metal from either side. All of these pieces are 4-inch drain waste vent. The elbow is a 22.5-degree bend connected to a very short piece of 4-inch DWV and then attached to the 4-inch coupler that I cut in half. The piece in between the two couplers I cut intentionally short to really get it to pinch the sheet metal nice and tight, and it came out exactly what I wanted. I'm not kidding myself that I'm going to totally seal up this joiner. It was never designed for dust collection. What I'm trying to do is seal up the vast majority of it so that most of the airflow gets directed across the cutter head blades and draws the wood chips down into the dust collection system. I think I mostly achieved that, and I'm pretty happy with the result here. I actually made my own air hose as well for this, but this video is getting way too long, so you'll have to wait to the other video I make on this where I actually restore the joiner and show that as well. Thanks for watching! Well, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I have a wide variety of projects on my channel, and I would really appreciate it if you would leave me a like or a subscribe, or maybe watch one of my other videos. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.